If you're preparing yourself a JavaScript or a front-end web development interview, then in this video we will talk about the most frequent asked questions in a JavaScript or a front-end web development interview. So in this video we will talk about these problems which are very common in a JS interview. So first of all, you should try these questions, and if you can't solve the problem, then let's solve it together. So first of all, the first problem statement is reverse a string without using the dot reverse method. So example, if we are given a string called hello, then we will convert it into something called hola, so without using this dot reverse method. So let's come into Visual Studio Code and try to solve the problem. So first of all, we are given a string, so I will create a variable called string and pass in the value. So right now, what do I want to do? You can use your own approach at first. So I'm just converting a string into the array. So I will use the dot split method. So every character is an element of the array. Right now you can check it out while using string arr. You can console.log it, and I'm coming into index.html and opening it with live server. So let's just see the result. So inspecting it, and you can see here hello, while every character is on its own element of the array. So what can we do here is what are we doing is that we should reverse this thing, and if we were using the dot reverse method, then it would be very easy. What I will do is to just dot reverse and dot join it based on the empty string, and we will just see the result. You can see here we just reversed a string, but the condition is that you shouldn't use the dot reverse method. So what I will do is to use the basics. So I will just loop on this string array. So for let I equals the string arr dot length -1 and I is greater than 0, then I minus. So I'm looping backwards. So what will I do at first is to console.log string arr at the index point. So let's just save it and see the result, and you can see here the thing is that I'm not seeing hello h in here, so I should just have equal sign here. So let's just check it out, and you can see here. So what do I need here is to just have another new string arr, and on every iteration what I need to do is to do new string arr dot push string arr at the index point. So now I think if we console.log the new string arr, then we will get our desired output, and you can see here, but I need to have a string back. So what can I do here is to just have the dot join method and join it based on an empty string, and now we will get the string back. So this was the first problem statement. The next one is check if a given string is palindrome. So remember that palindrome is a string that when you read it from forward, then it's the same as you read it from the backwards. So for example, this string madam. So what should you do is to create a function and check if a string is palindrome. So first try it out yourself, and now we will solve the problem. So check palindrome. So we will check if a string is palindrome or not. So we will create a function and just giving it a generic name called check palindrome, and this is taking a string. And first of all, I will just have a string array, so I will just spread the string in an array, and I will just want to have another container string ARR, which will just have the value of the string ARR. And right now what should I do here is to have the reversed value. So const reversed string ARR is equal to the container string ARR dot reverse. And now I can just console.log the string ARR with the reversed string ARR, so I can check if I have some functionality in it, if the functionality is working. For example, if I pass in my own name, then let's check, and you can see here this is my original name and this is the reversed version of it. So I should check if so what should I do here is I should check if this version, the original version, is equal to the reversed version. So that will be very simple. I should just have an if statement if the string ARR.join based on the empty string, and if that is equal to the reversed version of my name. So in this case I can just console.log yes, it's palindrome, it's I should use double quotes and single quotes. So yes, it's palindrome. So this string is palindrome if both of them are equal to each other, and in the other case I can just say no. So for the sake of simplicity, so check palindrome, I can just pass in madam as well. So the first string will be no, and the second one will be just yes, it's palindrome. So let's check the output. You can see here first is no and the second one is yes, it's palindrome. So let's just proceed into the next problem. Get the largest number from an array. So let's just use, I will just give you a hint, you can use the math.max method on this. So I'm having an array here, so I can just have pass in random numbers, then I should get the maximum number from it. So what can I do here is to create another variable of max value, and what can I do here is to call math.max on the comma separated values. So I will use the spread operator on the array. So let's just console.log the max value right here, and we will just see the result. And you can see here this is the largest, the maximum value. So let's just proceed into the next problem. The fourth problem is just count occurrences for each letter in the string, so while returning an object with the occurrences count. So what should we do here is, for example, if we have a string called JavaScript, in the output we should get an object like this, and this object shouldn't be created by us strictly, so we should create it dynamically. So let's just proceed into problem number 4 and just have count occurrences. So let's count occurrences. So I may have made a mistake in the occurrences, but let's just proceed into the example, into the problem. So I'm having a string of occurrences, so I can just do occurrences string for having a generic name string, and let's just have JavaScript. So then I can have const obj because I want an object, and I shouldn't create like j is equal to 0 and other things, so I should assign that dynamically. So let I is equal to 0, and if I is less than occurrences string dot length, then what do I want to do is to I++ and create obj and just pass in the expression. Well, the expressions will be occurrences string at the position of I will be equal to, well, to 0. So I am just having an object initializer object. So let's just console.log the obj at this point. So you can see here j is equal to 0, a is equal to 0, and everything is equal to 0. So right now what can I do here is to loop again on the same thing. So on the same array, sorry, what can I do here is to first of all, what should I do is the occurrences string should be converted into an array, or you can just proceed it right this way as well, but I think it will be a good practice to have an array, because for the sake of simplicity. So we have the linked property is also available on strings as well. So let's proceed this way if nothing crashes. So let I is equal to the same thing. I want the same condition here, but let's just copy the condition. So and paste it here. So I want the same condition. I have the object initialized to everything into 0. J was initialized to 0, A was initialized to 0, and now I want to assign the real value. So what can I do here is to just loop over my object. So first of all, let's just loop over the object. So we can just loop for off loop. So for let key of object dot keys, and that should be obj, and if key is equals to the occurrences string at the position I, then what do I want to do here is the obj at the occurrences string at position I plus plus. So I think this thing will be enough, and should just console.log the obj, and let's just see the result. And you can see here I'm getting my desired result. So j is occurring once and a is occurring twice, while the other all of them are occurring once. So the fourth problem solved successfully. Let's just proceed into the fifth one, and just this is about flattening the array. So for example, if we are given a deep array, so we just have to just flatten that array. So let's just have the example of the flattening array. So flattening array. So let's just initialize an array. So ARR, I think I have the ARR variable up that here, so I will just initialize this to ARR, flat ARR, sorry for the generic pretty descriptive name. So flat ARR is equal to the 1, 2, 3. So what can I do here is to have 4, and inside of it I can have 5 as well. So this is pretty nested array right here. So what can I do here is to just flat the array. So if you remember, we had a method called dot flat on the arrays. So what can we do here is to just say, so let's just console.log flat ARR and call the dot flat method on it, and we have 3 levels deep. This is the first level, and this is the second level, while this is the third level. So we just have to put 3 in here, and that will be it. And you can see here we got the simple array. So let's just discuss the other things called implement debouncing, what are closures, hoisting, finding missing number in an array, and removing duplicates from an array in the second part. So all for this video. Thanks a lot. If you are just want to have these solutions as well, then please stay tuned for the next part. So all for this video. Thanks a lot for watching.